So we have with us a number of experts that I wanted to bring because I felt it was really important to hear the voices of our own colleagues who are really struggling with these issues here in Finland. We have with us Mike Bella, who is the Finnish Member of Parliament with the Left Belt Alliance, about Vasemmista. We have Antti Taivanen, who is a postdoctoral researcher at Tampere University and just finished his doctoral research at Helsinki University. We've worked together many times, and really delighted that Antti here was quite an expert in the economic issues in Palestine. We have Saija Keskitalo, who is at the CMI Martti Ahtisaari Peace Foundation, and someone who's been doing almost research in the Middle East around these issues. And of course, next to me is my dear friend Majid Abu Salama, who is the chair of SUMAD, Finnish Palestine Network, and his family is from Palestine, and has been the most strongest advocate of these issues in Helsinki and Finland in general. Just move this way, so you can all see Majid. Great. So maybe I start with Mike. Would you like to just share some of your thoughts? I mean, I had lots of questions for each and every one of you, but I feel like we can just really go organically because you've just seen the film. What comes to your mind? How does it affect the way you work as a parliamentarian on these issues?
Yes, it started the
It will get a lot of such hard sense.
bed. And also this word.
What about okay, now it's working. Okay, first of all, thank you for the invitation and congratulations for this event. I feel it's amazing that we have so many people here and you are still willing to stay and listen to this last panel. And I don't know, but it wasn't very positive documentary, but maybe it was an honest one. I'm a little bit in between these feelings that, you know, you are in total despair because we all, as I know, each of us, we have been working on this issue for like years or even decades. Like I used to be like 20 years ago doing Palestine Solidarity Coordinator job here in Finland. And the demands that we have tried to push in Finland, such as the ending the arms trade with Israel, those were like valid demands already, 10 years ago or 20 years ago or last term. Already like the issues with the settler colonialism, the apartheid policies and the seats. Already then we were trying to say that, hey, we need to, use our power, what we have as the Finnish state, to affect on this issue. And now the situation is even worse. Now we have even more obligation to use the power what we have to influence on this issue. And we still have those elements, what we could use. So I feel that, like in this documentary, there was mentioned this issue of the veto, what is used in the Security Council in the UN. I think this is a parallel problem in the European Union and also in the Finnish government. You can always find the one or two member states who can use the veto in the European Union, or you can have in the Finnish parliament, you can have parties who are like using their veto so that as little demand as recognizing the state of Palestine is something that we can't, get through. So I see the similar parallels in the work what we do here in Finland. But of course there is also the same arguments that like we are not alone. It's very important to see people who are not giving up, because that also gives hope for other people who want to give up. And then the final final remark, what Francesca says is that, you know, quitting is not an option. I think in the end it's quite simple. Like, it's not an option. If you're a parliamentarian, or if you're an activist, or if you're just decent human being, it's not an option to, you know, not try to influence or something so unjustful what we are witnessing. So,
Mike, maybe I'll just continue with you for another moment because we have some questions that were directed to Francesco. I think you can help us with them as well. One question is, as Finland joins the UN Security Council in 2029, how can our citizens hold the state accountable for the kinds of interests that it plans for peace and security?
I wish I could tell you an answer how we can hold Finland accountable, because I think we should already now be able to hold Finland accountable as a country or as a member state of European Union. And I feel that until now we haven't managed to do that. You know, we have tried to do so much. We try to put pressure on the government. Like, for example, today we have had meeting like the Human Rights Network in the Finnish Parliament. We had an event considering the Palestine, and there was this pastor that was mentioned, the Mr. Isaac, was the name. He was in the Parliament today, and just this afternoon in the Grand Committee meeting, I was raising the issue to the that what concrete steps we are doing in regard of the Palestine. So I feel that it's not the issue that there wouldn't be like actions we could take, but the big problem is that we haven't managed to hold Finland accountable. So I don't know what would change in 2029 if we are members of the Security Council as the citizens. Why would the government have some bigger, pressure to act then? So I'm sorry, this is not maybe the answer the person who wrote this question wants to hear, but I feel that it won't change anything. So we still have the same problem with the fact that there are so many people in Finland who want, the majority of the Finnish people want the government to act. And we have forces in the parliament who want to see it happening, but we haven't been so successful.
I would like to hope that we can take an optimistic approach to say we can put pressure on our government now already to start thinking what can be strategic vision for Palestinian cause and build a campaign around that for 2029, even though this is longer as